Welcome back, everybody, to Brighten Up Sunshine, where every day is a new beginning. So we're going over 50 ways to save you some serious cash. We've already had 2 videos that covered the tips 1 through 25, and I'll link those below. But today we're starting on tip 26. So we're diving right in. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, and share it with your friends who want to save some cash. Tip 26, use public transit. Okay, if your city has buses or trains, ditch that car for shorter trips. Like a $2 fare beats $10 in gas and parking any day of the week. So let's go to tip 27, make gifts. Birthdays and holidays do not need to break you, so bake cookies, craft a card, and frame a photo. Because homemade goods are actually cheap and they're heartfelt and people usually keep them longer. So get some ideas for some homemade goods and hand them out for Christmas, for birthdays, and you're going to save so much money and you're going to give something that people can't just go buy them very self. So that's tip 27, make some gifts. And let's go to tip 28. This one is one of my favorites. Shop the clearance rack. When you walk into the store, get good at looking for the clearance. Now, hit the back of the store usually because that's where it's at. But a lot of times they also have them scattered throughout the store nowadays. So clearance racks are where the deals hide. Lots of people have snagged well less than $50 for a jacket. Like a $50 jacket would be maybe $10. Check out the clearance rack, especially if you really, really want to save. Check out the clearance rack when it's the end of the season. Because a lot of times that's where, like, as we're fixing to go into spring, they'll put the jackets, and a lot of times they'll put bathing suits if you're fixing to go into the winter. If you've got children, size up. You're going to save even more money. So let's go to the next tip, which is tip 29. And what does this tip say? It says limit your eating out. So takeout is a budget killer, no doubt. You should just keep a track of how much it costs you to eat out, because cap it at one time a week and you're going to save so much money. Or better yet, try to only eat out one time a month. If you eat out once a month, you're going to save yourselves so much money. And it's healthier to cook at home anyway, so you might as well learn how to cook at home and treat yourself to a healthier meal and save yourself some serious cash. Limit eating out. And tip 30 is use a budget app. Apps like Mint or YNAB track every penny for free or every dollar. Seeing where your money goes is the first step to you saving more money. And that's what we're talking about today. And 31 is repair, don't replace. This goes for your car as long as you can. Your shoe soles, if they're coming off, fix it with some glue. If you can glue it, if you can tape it, if you can repair it, then repair it. Do not replace it. And tip 32 is borrow tools. If you need a drill for a one project that you don't really use a drill very much, see if you've got a friend you can borrow it off of. A lot of times you're going to save so much money. Check out your local auto parts store, because sometimes they even will loan out tools if you buy parts from them, if you're needing to fix a car. But again, I would check friends, I would check neighbors instead of buying, because later on you can return the favor with something you have that maybe they need to borrow. So that's 32, which leads me to tip 33, switch to LED bulbs. They use less energy, they last for years, and I think mostly that's what you're going to get now. If you go to the store, I don't even think you can get incandescent light bulbs, but it's on here. So go ahead and check out the low watt LED bulbs. And tip 34, cancel any unused membership. like the gym, the magazine, random app subscriptions. Audit your bank statement and axe anything that you do not use, because $15 a month is $180 a year. So it really makes a difference. It adds up, and make a game out of it to cancel any unused memberships that you're not using. And we're on to tip number 35. And 35 is shop with a list. Never hit the store without a list. In fact, keep a pen and paper in your car, so if you have forgot the list, you have to write it down before you go in. It's your shield against impulse buys. Stick to that list and watch your grocery bill shrink. If you see something that you're like, oh, I really liked that, you can come back out to your car, you can put it on the list, and the next time you go in, and not the same shopping trip, guys, give it a little time. If it's still on your list and you still want it, then pick it up then, because the impulse buys is what really gets you. Now we're on to tip number 36, which is use the reward cards. Okay, the store cards with points can save you big if you pay them off right away. So if you're not going to pay them off right away, don't even do this, because they're usually very high interest rates. But a lot of times the store cards will give you like gas rebates, grocery discounts, and you can really rack them up if you're disciplined. If you're not disciplined, don't even play with this one, because it can really be a deal killer. Some of these store cards, I have seen them almost 40, 50%. So don't play that game if you're not disciplined. But if you're already out of debt, if you're really disciplined, and you just want to keep your credit building, then get you that store card, but pay that bad boy off every single month. And if you can, some of the stores will let you pay off every single trip. So you can just use the credit card to get the bonus points and then turn right around and pay it off in cash. And that leads me to tip number 37. Tip number 37, dry laundry outside. So skip the dryer and hang the clothes on the line or the rack and sun and air dry for free. It's the best solar dryer. Your energy bill will drop because it actually takes more energy to use your dryer than your washer. And we're on to a fun one, which is tip 38, and that is host some game nights. Going out costs a fortune. Movies, drinks, dinner, well, you can stay in. You can play cards. You can play some board games. You can have some fun for free with some friends and family. So why don't you get into the habit of hosting game nights? Maybe start at one a month. And then you can do it at your house one time, and then you can do it at a friend's house the next time. It's a great get-together. And tip 39, buy day-old bread. If you have a bakery or a discount bread store next to you, you can actually save sometimes like half the price. And it's perfect for toast or sandwiches, just buying one day old bread. Check out your local bakery. And tip number 40 is wait for sales. If you need an appliance, if you need electronics, if you need paint for your home, wait for the sales. Wait for Black Friday deals, Prime Days, holiday sales, because patience on these things can actually save you 30 to 50%. So just get really patient and really good at waiting, but write it down so it's not an impulse buy. And tip 41 is use free Wi-Fi. Check out the local cafes, libraries, even some parks now offer free Wi-Fi. You can cut your data plan and connect for nothing. Tip 42, stretch your meat meals. Okay, meat is expensive, so use less by mixing in some beans, some lentils, some vegetables, tacos, stir fries, soups. They're still delicious. And guess what? Because you're cutting the meat you're using, you're saving more. You're going to be able to make more meals out of it, and it's still delicious, just way cheaper. And that leads me to tip 43, which is skip the coffee shops, guys. $5 lattes, I mean, that adds up fast. Brew it at home for 50 cents a cup or less. Flavor it up with those cheap syrups or spices. And that, I can't even tell you how much that's going to save you. Tip number 44, check unit prices. Big packs are not always cheaper. Look at the price per ounce or pound. Sometimes the smaller sizes actually win. So get good at checking that out. And as we're coming into spring and summertime and warmer outside, tip 45 is use a fan. Chilling or portable fans cool you down, and it's a lot cheaper than an AC. Pair it with a tip 19 for mega savings. And if you haven't listened to tip number 19, go back and listen to the videos. Let's go to tip 46. Are you ready? Trade skills. So do you know how to bake? Trade your lessons for a friend's car repair help. Bartering is going to save you cash, and it's going to help you build a helpful, and I do mean a helpful, community. If you're growing a certain herb, see if one of your friends is growing another one, and you guys can swap and switch it out. This is going to save you so much money if you just learn how to trade your skills. And tip 46 is the trade skills. We're on to tip 47, which is freeze your produce. Okay, fruits or veggies don't have to go bad so fast. You can freeze them for smoothies, soups, or baking. No waste, all savings. And that's what we're talking about today. So get used to freezing the produce. This one is going to save you so much money because these things are so expensive. To just look good really does cost a lot of money. Tip 48, DIY beauty. Go ahead and skip the salon. Mix you some sugar, some olive oil for a scrub. Use some coconut oil as a moisturizer. Make it fun. Go online, get DIY beauty recipes. Glow for pennies instead of glow for hundreds. You're going to save a lot of money if you start DIY beauty products. And tip 49 is walk more. Short trips under a mile, walk it instead of driving. It saves you gas, it's going to save you the parking space headache, and it's going to give you some free exercise. Who's ready for tip number 50? We finally made it, and remember, I have a bonus tip too. Tip number 50, set savings goals. Okay, why do you want to set some savings goals? It's the last tip, so here's the deal. Set a goal. Make it fun. $500 for a trip, $1,000 for emergencies, and track it. Because when you're watching it grow, it's actually going to keep you so motivated to save even more. So write on a fancy little envelope if you want to take a trip, even if it's just a day trip, just $500, it's going to go for this trip. And so you just start sticking whatever you can in that envelope until you reach the 500. Watch it grow. It's so much fun. Who's ready for the bonus tip? Okay, here's that bonus tip I promised you guys. Automate your savings account. Set up a small auto transfer like $10 a week to a separate account. You won't even miss it. And by the end of the year at $10 a week, you've got over $500 without even trying. Genius, right? Wow, we made it through 50 tips plus a bonus. Which one's your favorite? Did you check out all 3 videos? If you haven't, and this is your first one, I've linked the others in the description. So go check them out and check out the other videos on the channel as well. If there's a subject you want me to cover, let me know. Thank you guys for joining. It's been a blast, and I'll see you in the next video. But hey, remember, the sun always rises. This is Brighten Up Sunshine. See you in the next video.